The research have found that people
Mm.
who do challenging tasks,
Hmm.
it's not the task that was challenging, that was the attitude towards them.
Yeah.
So if they had higher level of dopamine, the same challenging task found to be very enjoyable.
Yeah.
If the dopamine levels were high, you will see CEOs have a routine of running in the mornings
Yeah.
usually, or there's some kind of activity for the
Yeah.
day. They increase the dopaminergic level. So
Yeah.
it's not the outer world which is challenging, it's the inner
Yeah.
world, inner neurochemicals which are inside my brain.
Welcome to episode 123 of the Souls to Soul Care for Trauma and AuDHD podcast. I'm your host, Eve Menezes Cunningham, and today's guest is neuroscientist Dr. Manish Tomar. He's talking about how tiny little things really make a huge difference when we want to do them, when we do them with intention. And I loved talking to him. I loved his presentation last week at Trinity College at the IACP International Conference. And I hope you enjoyed the episode as much as I enjoyed making it. The Souls to Soul Care for Trauma and AuDHD podcast comes out every Tuesday. So there are new episodes then or whenever you choose to watch or listen. And each one is designed, whether it's a solo episode or with a guest, to help you learn to love and care for all your parts, from the soles of your feet to your soul. So let me know if you've got any questions, any comments, like, follow, subscribe, offer a 5-star review if you'd like to, share with people you think will benefit, and thanks again for being here. I also hope that you will enjoy older episodes, which you can access at soulstosol.ie/podcast. And you can get full transcripts and watch or listen there, as well as wherever you get your podcasts. And you can also access free downloads, other free resources, find out about how we might work together and become an adventurer if you would like to experiment with some of the online programs, working with specific areas. Let me know if you've got any questions, and thank you for being here. Welcome, Dr. Manish Tomar. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you very much, Eve, for the invitation.
I
um,
was, it's such a joy. I've met you at a couple of IACP conferences, but you were presenting at the one at Trinity College on Tuesday at time of recording, and it was just so gorgeous. I was delighted when you said you'd join me.
oh, I was very happy to have the invitation, because when we were discussing the nervous systems and how the brain calculates and remember things, and when you asked that question, that is
Yeah.
it has to be an hourly break, I was like, okay, at least somebody got it. At least somebody actually had the point that they can take home from, because that
Uh,
has always been an intention,
yeah.
what they could just apply immediately to their life.
Yeah.
I
Well,
was quite
that's,
pleased.
I'm always trying to integrate what I'm learning. And would you like to start by saying a little bit about your work? You're a neuroscientist. Tell me a bit
Mhm.
about what you're working on at the moment and how you got into it, and also how people can find you online.
Well, for first of all, thank you again for inviting me over. And my work as a neuroscientist started long back when I was still in India, still a student doing my bachelor's in biotechnology. And one fine day, we had a talk by Professor B.N. Malik, who used to work at Jawaharlal Nehru University in India on dream research.
Uh-huh.
And he showed how neurons switch on and switch off.
Yeah.
And that is the difference between REM sleep and non-REM sleep. And
Yeah.
I was fascinated by that topic, really, really
Yeah.
fascinated. I said, the thing that got me very interested, that there are tools and techniques where we could ask these questions, we
Yeah.
could find the answers, we could come to a conclusion and see how I can integrate that conclusion from science into my life.
Yeah.
So that was the motivation from me. So I was lucky enough to get into the master's program in neuroscience in India. That was the only program that was offered during that time. And I think
Yeah.
still, I think there's only one more university does that. I got a full scholarship to pursue my master's, but that was not enough. I wanted to know more, and I
Yeah.
wanted to know, and I wanted to have an exposure which is global, how people around the world
Yeah.
think about neuroscience. So I got a scholarship to my PhD in Germany,
Hmm.
and from 2015 to 2020, I was in the lab working
Yeah.
how neurons integrate information, how the information that is coming from our senses
Yeah.
integrates into the brain. So I was lucky enough to follow a pathway, and my boss gave me the liberty where I could actually see the neurons firing with
Wow.
my own eyes. You
Yeah.
could see the impulses going up, you could see the impulses going down, and my project was to calculate how much the neurons fire, how much the neurons go down, which impulses are good, which impulses are not so good. And this I was doing while I could see a neuron firing, and that really
Amazing.
fascinated me.
Yeah.
During that time, I think a couple of years before that, I discovered meditation, and I discovered, wow, that's something that really works for me.
Yeah.
And the more I studied neuroscience, the more I started to integrate those.
Yeah.
So what the lecture in Trinity was years of testing and trying how the
Yeah.
two words meditation, calming down your nervous system,
Uh-huh.
and neuroscience, understanding what molecular biology is behind the
Yeah.
calming down of the nervous system is. So, and that's how we met.
Yeah. And my brain, ADHD brain, pinging all over the place, but thinking, I guess, things like yoga nidra and the need for good
Mm,
sleep in order to form the memories, to consolidate the memories.
mm.
But I like the idea of seeing it. I really want to know about your ideal and actual self-care. So I could go off on lots of tangents. Oh, where can people find you online? And we'll say again, I'll share it in the show notes, but I want for people listening in the car or whatever to be able to find you.
People I'm currently only on LinkedIn.
Okay.
If they want to add and connect with LinkedIn,
Uh-huh.
that would be great. Currently, that's the only social media that I'm using.
Okay.
I'm on Instagram as well, but that's more of a personal account.
Uh-huh.
So LinkedIn is my current
Okay.
professional account. Yeah,
Okay.
they will get
And
more soon.
yeah,
Planning a website soon where I could all put all the resources,
everything. Yeah.
everything together. But maybe in a couple of months it will be up and running.
Yeah. And I told you that I ask guests about their ideal and actual self-care.
Mm,
So I have three different types in terms of the feel, love, heal framework I developed. So the feel bit is the kind of regulatory self-care, things we can do when we have the bandwidth. I work mostly with people with trauma and AuDHD, and sometimes it's easy to say go for a swim. That's one of my top
mm,
regulatory things. Other times it's like, even
mm,
like kind of brushing your teeth or having a shower is feeling impossible or getting dressed. So kind of helping people discern on any given day the things that really help them and then the actual essentials. And then the love part is more that, I guess, connecting with that part of us that knows we're part of nature, part of the divine, and that you don't have to do a
mm.
thing. You are already fine, you're already whole, you're already like so
Exactly.
much more than the trauma, the ADHD, that anything else you're struggling with. And then the heal bit is the turning what hurts your heart into action. So, like the community care, the collective care, the co-regulation. So, the communities you're part of that support you, and also the communities where you're holding space for others. So, if we
Mm.
start with the like lowercase self-care, the feel bit, what are your ideal practices? Like in an ideal world, if you had all the time, money, energy, resources in the world, what would you love to be doing every day, every week?
Well, when I have all the time and the money, everything is an ideal place, but there still will be challenges.
Yeah,
And and every brain is different. Every nervous system is different. What I respond to self-care would not be the same that you will respond to
Yeah.
self-care, or somebody else would respond to self-care.
Yeah.
So I have a workout routine in the morning
Yeah.
that gets me going. Even if I could not complete the entire
Yeah.
work, I just do a bit of it so
Yeah.
that I'm in a routine, and that is something that keeps me grounded.
So
What
what is it? Like
it
what?
is, I do Surya Namaskar,
Uh-huh.
which
Sun
is a yoga
salutation.
practice. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
sun salutations.
Yeah.
So I started with one day,
Uh-huh.
and went to two, three, four, five. Currently, it's
Yeah.
at 20.
Fantastic.
Center. My aim is to go higher, but
Yeah.
this is actually what
Yeah.
I do,
Lovely.
and that I knew worked for me. I
Yeah.
know it gives me that kind of grounding. It gives that kind of circulation to the
Yeah.
body, and then I feel good throughout the day.
Yeah.
Even if I do four,
Uh-huh.
even if I do like sometimes the day was so tiring, just one or two, just
Yeah.
to have a routine that
Yeah.
the brain will think, yes, you are more than the work you are doing.
Yeah.
You are more than the output that you are producing. This
Yeah.
is where your worth lies. This is where
Yeah.
you are doing it for yourself.
Yeah.
And that we think that it's a small thing. Yes, I go for, okay, I shop myself, or I do something for myself.
Mm.
These are small things, but actually these are not.
No.
At a neurological level, if you cross Sahara Desert to prove yourself you're worthy
Yeah.
of something, you can take challenge. Is
Yeah.
the same neuron are going to fire
Yeah.
when you do something really small for yourself. If you
Yeah.
just go walk in the park,
Yeah.
the same neuron, the brain does not distinguish the magnitude. It distinguishes
So
the intention.
I love it. So it could be as simple as someone using something they've bought for best or for bought for guests, but deciding they are worthy of using that mug or that plate or that whatever it might be. Like,
Very interesting.
yeah,
Because we used to do the same in our
yeah,
family, something for
yeah,
the guest, but one day just take the cup.
yeah,
I'm worth it than this.
yeah,
These
yeah,
little things,
yeah.
these little things throughout the day, what do they do? Suppose, for example, we discussed a lot about how the cortisol response during the
Hmm.
presentation.
Yeah.
So when we are running on that cortisolic system, so cortisol goes up high during the day,
Hmm.
especially in the morning when people are just getting up.
Yeah.
It around 11, it is the highest, and then
Yeah.
it started to stabilize. In the evening, ideally, it should go down,
Yeah.
but it doesn't, and then it stretches all throughout the night. So when
Yeah.
someone is running on that cortisolic dose throughout the day,
Yeah.
that becomes a thing that brain wants to create that situation again and again. So because our brain, the main priority is that you survive.
Yeah.
If you find yourself in any challenging situation, if somebody find myself, then there will be a push of cortisol, and
Hmm.
cortisol comes in impulses. It has been seen 60 to 90 minutes,
Yeah.
hour to hour and a half, but it comes in a pulse.
Hmm.
So when that pulse happens, it goes to the next pulse and the next pulse and the next pulse every
Yeah.
hour. But when we give it a break by doing something really small, that just I'm going to have that coffee that I always wanted,
Yeah.
it goes down because it knows there is no danger. You can have a
Yeah.
coffee, you can have something really good for yourself, and the cortisol level goes down. So the brain does not create vacuum. If something goes down, something
Yeah.
goes up. So your oxytocin levels are going to go up,
Mm.
especially when you take care of yourself. The oxytocin level starts to go up.
Yeah.
The dopaminergic neuron starts firing because you are doing something.
Yeah.
It has to be an intention, not because someone else has asked me. I really want to do it for myself, not to
Yeah.
prove to someone, not to put on your socials that I'm
Yeah.
doing hashtag coffee, hashtag self-care.
Yeah.
It doesn't really work because then you're in an
Yeah.
endless loop of proving yourself again.
Yeah.
It has to be an intentional effort, and then it goes up.
And
And then,
I'm aware I forgot. I said to you before we started recording that I want to adopt starting the podcast episodes with a quick breath practice, inspired by Anita
hmm
Rani's
hmm
Sisters of Defiance podcast. And you're talking, and I'm like, oh, I asked if you'd be happy to take a breath, and I forgot something as simple as taking a breath.
Yeah.
Would you be happy to guide us through a breath now? Just a moment
Oh
of,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah. So I learned this at the conference, which is called
Mhm.
box breathing, because
Uh-huh.
this somebody could do
Yeah.
anytime during the day.
Yeah.
So we start with it like taking four, count one, two, three, four,
Hmm.
breaths up, hold for four, exhale for four, and now stay for four, three, and then inhale again.
Yeah. And as with any breath practice, best results like 5, 10, 20 minutes, but even one breath,
One
even
breath,
1 minute.
even
And yeah, yeah,
that sigh,
yeah, yeah,
I've done enough.
yeah,
That really regulates the nervous
yeah.
system. One of the key thing is it regulates the autonomic nervous
Hmm.
system.
Yeah,
You would see the rhythmic breathing is usually when we're
yeah,
singing, when we're
yeah,
dancing, when there's celebrations.
yeah,
This has been associated with rhythm.
yeah,
When the child is in the womb,
yeah,
it hears the rhythm of the mother,
yeah,
which means it's safe. The mother is still alive.
yeah,
And yeah, and this is the reason people sleep very quickly on trains and
yeah,
planes. The
yeah,
rhythm. So when we're in a rhythm, it
yeah,
creates a sense of safety.
yeah,
You might look like you're running throughout the day, you are being very productive, but people are usually running away or running towards
yeah,
something. And there's no rhythm in that.
yeah.
Rhythm creates
So
that safety.
yeah. And I love what you're saying, even with that rhythm of like every hour, every 90 minutes. Like,
Mm,
what kind of things do you do? You were talking about like even a kind of very mindful sip of water at the conference, but
mm.
what other things do you build into your day during these little micro breaks?
What I've recently discovered that works for me is having my own movement along with it.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I have a movement. Suppose if I really don't know, I'm overwhelmed, what to know what I'm going to do with my life.
Yeah.
So I just release all the stress
Yeah.
from my hands. You could do
Yeah.
it, or you could stand
Uh-huh.
up. Somebody could
Yeah.
stand up, or you could do it.
Yeah.
One could do it sitting on the
Yeah.
chair.
Yeah.
Release all the stress from the hands, and then
Yeah.
I have a circular motion because when the stress is gone,
Uh-huh.
I have a circular motion from my hands,
Hmm.
and that starts giving me ideas.
I
What
love
should I
it.
do next? And then the
Yeah.
next hand, a circular motion. And once I'm
Yeah.
in that zone, I do this,
Yeah.
and then I say, okay, now I'm
Hmm.
ready. I
Yeah.
I do the fist,
Yeah.
and now I'm ready.
Yeah.
And then I release the fist, and then it
Yeah.
goes. I was
Yeah.
doing this is a very important. I was doing a workshop with Cavan County Councils,
Hmm.
and people were early stage entrepreneurs,
Yeah.
people living in Cavan, and they responded really well.
Yeah.
Some people had the vision, had the movement of a Superman that stood
Yeah.
like a
The Amy Cuddy
Superman.
power
Yeah,
posing. Like, yeah.
power posing. Yeah, I
Yeah.
said the first instinct that tells you
Yeah.
what will keep you ready for the next
Yeah.
hour. One guy stood like a power
Yeah.
pose. One
Yeah.
of the guys started playing piano,
Yeah. I love
air
it.
piano, air piano.
Yes. Yeah.
One of the girls, she did this. She was a
Yeah.
butterfly.
Yeah.
So this little movements, because the trick
Yeah.
here is we have we can take a breath, but by movement we activate dopamine as well.
Yeah.
So you relax, you
Hmm.
activate dopamine, so you are motivated for the next hour,
Yeah.
not out of cortisol, not out of threat or fear,
I love it.
out of
Yeah.
increased level of dopamine. The research have found that people
Mm.
who do challenging tasks,
Hmm.
it's not the task that was challenging, that was the attitude towards them.
Yeah.
So if they had higher level of dopamine, the same challenging task found to be very enjoyable.
Yeah.
If the dopamine levels were high, you will see CEOs have a routine of running in the mornings
Yeah.
usually, or there's some kind of activity for the
Yeah.
day. They increase the dopaminergic level. So
Yeah.
it's not the outer world which is challenging, it the inner
Yeah.
world, inner neurochemicals which are inside my brain.
And I've heard that exercise in the morning is as effective as medication for ADHD. And like just, but I'm also thinking I've got my piano, I got a free cycle a few years ago behind me, and I just play by ear. But even like for a minute or two,
Well,
I
yes.
play way more than I did as a child when I was forced into piano lessons for years and years and forgotten everything I learned. But I just love it as a break. But thinking those tiny little things that are enjoyable and that are for ourselves, or like standing
Mm,
outside barefoot in the grass, or that's something
yeah,
I do looking up at the mountain, or like what about the things that help you remember that you are part of the divine part of nature and you don't need to do a thing? Like what's your ideal and an essential?
that's very interesting because especially when I look at the sea and I look at the vastness of
Yeah,
the water in the sea and the force of the tide of the tidal
yeah,
waves, that really relaxes and soothes my nervous system, that I'm a part of
yeah,
that. That's a part of nature I'm
yeah,
extended to.
yeah,
And just the feeling that, oh, look at the sky, the universe is so divine, powerful, big,
yeah,
and the raw power of the nature. You
yeah,
one could not really get fathom of it. It's very hard.
absolutely, yeah,
But we could dip our toe every now and then
yeah,
in remembrance. You know, this is what I'm a part of.
yeah,
Yeah, this is what contains all of me.
yeah,
So sea, I think sea and the coast. I live beside the sea, and
yeah,
every time I see the sea from the train station, it just
yeah,
takes all the tiredness away. I'm so happy to just
yes,
look at it.
yeah,
Yeah, I think I have a very, I think, very strong connection of a coast, sea,
yeah.
and
Yeah. I'm 7.5 years in Westport now, and I'm still pinching myself that I get to live here with the sea and the mountains and everything.
oh
And it's
wow.
just, and I swim at least once a week, even through winter. But like, you're seeing the seaweed, you're seeing the
Mm,
mountain, you're seeing the sky, you're remembering yeah, it resets me for a few days. It helps, but you're connecting it with that awe as well, that like
yes,
it's
exactly.
yeah,
And the sheer force
yeah,
of water around you,
yeah,
is carrying you with it.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
very important because we forget that universe carries us,
yeah,
and the tendency to let go, that I
yeah,
am being carried with the universe. That is
yeah,
very, very important. We have lived throughout centuries as human beings, relying solely on the power of nature.
yeah,
The entire Ayurvedic tradition in India was born. Just
yeah,
you are in sync with the universal nature.
yeah,
And not only in that, the South Korean system of temple food, because I was watching a documentary.
mm-hmm,
The lady doesn't use, she's a very renowned chef in a temple food in South
yeah,
Korea. She deliberately uses her fingers to
yeah,
put energy to the food.
okay, yeah,
She said she doesn't use chopsticks to mix them.
yeah,
She uses her life
yeah,
force to put
yeah,
energy to the food before people consume it.
yeah,
So we forget that we are connected to the life inside
yeah,
us is living, live,
yeah,
dynamic, real. We are exchanging it. Currently, we are extending that life force with each other. So we
yeah,
forget that. But like for me, that's coast and the sea is the remembrance that I'm a power of that life force.
yeah,
But with somebody, it could be their pet, their
yeah,
dog, their
yeah,
kids, their family, something they really love to do, something that helps them create something.
yeah,
So it could be something else for them because everyone nervous system is different.
I
Could be their
love it,
grandparents.
yeah. I'm thinking I've got two loved ones in hospital at the moment, different hospitals. And in the past few weeks, I've spent more time. Like, I'll always swim and then I let myself float. But like when it's warm enough, like this time of
Mm-hmm.
year in Ireland, um, floating for longer and really letting myself be held by the ocean or even by the pool, and noticing I've been swimming for decades and I've done that. I've done like quick meditations, but where the weather is warm enough. Like yesterday, swam across the
Mm-hmm.
Shannon and just like looking up at the clouds, being held by the water, feeling that connection to the entire world. And it's, oh,
It's
it just,
joyful.
yeah, absolutely. And I'm
Joyful.
sure it helps with everything, like trying to be there for my loved ones and get everything
100%.
done. Yeah,
Because
it's,
we have a tendency to sync our neural systems with someone who is regulated.
mm,
Like kids, when they are small,
yeah,
like they're playing in the playground, they have a fight with a friend.
yeah,
Whom do they go to? They go to
yeah,
their parents because their nervous system is more regulated during that time.
yeah,
It takes 3 to 4 minutes to pamper the child and it goes back.
yeah,
So when we are stable
yeah,
as much as we can be, it really, really affects the people around us. You will see
yeah,
they will start syncing the responses, nervous system with you.
yeah.
Co-regulation. Co,
And that moves us into the heal bit of the framework, the co-regulation, the
yeah.
community care, the collective care. What groups are you part of that you feel held by, and how do you hold that for others, like in an ideal world and essential, actual?
Very interesting.
Like you held it for all of us last week with the presentation, things like that. And I
Mhm.
know a lot of your work is around that.
Yeah,
Um,
my work is around that actually. It's quite interesting question because I had done a lot of work with IACP in the last three
yeah.
years,
Hmm.
a lot of workshops, and before I start a workshop, there's a couple of weeks before I started connecting with the people who would be
Yeah.
at the workshop mentally,
Yeah.
so that everyone at least get that universal force.
Yeah.
It could be any way. They could
Yeah.
health, they could be minded, they could be relaxed. So as a neuroscientist, it's a different concept.
Yeah.
But I found a synchronicity, how science and the universe works together.
Yeah.
That kept me very calm during PhD because my boss
Yeah.
used to say, "You're very calm." And the more I took care of myself,
Yeah.
the better were the results, started coming results. So my way of holding would be to take care as much as of emotional health of for
Yep.
myself as possible.
Yeah.
That it naturally flows
Yeah.
without any. You just share it. You don't
Yeah.
have to flow it. You don't have to force it
Yeah.
because there were like 30, 40 people,
Hmm.
41, I think around 50 people in that room, and that if even one person is
Mm.
regulated,
Yeah.
it could have an effect on 50 people.
Yep.
Wonderful. One person is regulated,
Yeah.
it could regulate. People start sinking because once you found your safety,
Yeah.
it very easily. Safety is the most common instinct in communities.
Hmm.
When one person found their own safety, people just go around them.
Yeah.
That's why we have leaders who have found their own base of safety
Hmm.
in their ideas, emotional wealth, and people just follow that safety line.
Yeah.
So that's my thing would be um I see I have good friends as well, family friends, and spending
Yeah.
time with them, especially when I feel recharged.
Yeah.
When you recharge yourself with them, and then you share with them, and you keep on meeting
Yeah.
with them
Yeah.
regularly, even if for a walk, even if just for a coffee once a day, because you know you are going there,
Yeah.
and you know you will feel good. So one trusted person or two, just trusted person. My partner itself is a quite
Yeah.
self-regulated person,
Yeah.
so that really helps the harmony in the house.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's very interesting. And it's like, do you know the Indian tradition of thali? We call it
Um,
thali.
no, I'm
Th-
half Indian, but
oh
quadruply
really?
colonized. My mum's family's from Goa, but she was born and raised in Kenya. and then moved to Scotland, then London in her early 20s. But yeah, I'm afraid I
Oh,
don't. Sorry, I'm
okay.
shame spiraling there. Um,
No, it's okay. So in Thali, when you present someone, like a guest
mm,
comes, you have
mhm.
different dishes
Okay. Yeah,
in little bowls, a small serving of everything.
yeah,
So for me, small little things, so
yeah,
many little things help. It's not
yeah,
one thing that really is the biggest thing that I do go for self-regulation and probably for most of the people's life.
yeah,
And the one thing is not going to work all the time.
yeah,
Exactly, you gotta find your own ways to settle yourself. So
yeah,
for me, little different things. Sometimes I go for dish number one works for me. Sometimes dish number two works for
yeah,
me. Sometimes dish number three will work for me. So I see my life as a little bit of mixture of
yeah,
everything. I do have a meditation group which is based in India, and they also have a center.
yeah,
So every now and then I dip into there and we meditate regularly. So that has been a one of the very big source
yeah,
of self-regulation. Because if you go with people who are already there
mm,
or even further down the
yeah,
line from you and
yeah.
really stable, it nervous system is like, I'm okay
Feels-
here,
Yeah,
feel safe.
yeah,
And the funny thing with the brain is once it gets the taste, what it feels like to be safe, what it feels like when I said take care of myself, what it
mm,
feels like to be worthy, the
yeah,
brain thinks, oh, you are still alive
yeah,
and can feel worthy at the same time. It wants to go there again and
yeah,
again. So
yeah.
it's a mixture of several things that's helped me float the boat.
I love it. And if you could go back, I know you said at the conference about how you grew up hearing like Brahmarie from your parents and you were like,
Hmm.
oh, I want to stay in bed. Like it was a wake up thing. But like if you were to think of kind of any time when you were younger, sending some love, some compassion, some wisdom, whatever it might be, back to a younger version of yourself, what might that be?
Oh, back to a younger version of myself. I would say just if I had to talk to my younger version then when my parents were doing Brahmari and I was like, I just want to sleep in the bed. We did do because in
Yeah,
school we had to do it.
yeah.
It was a yoga class
But
every
again,
morning.
like you had to do it. I grew up, I was raised Catholic, mostly
Mm,
Catholic schools, many schools. But as an adult, like doing the yoga therapy training,
mm,
learning, say, Brahma, learning the other breath practices, thinking, oh my God, all those hours I spent in my head, excruciating thoughts throughout childhood. If I'd only known how to meditate, if I'd only known these breath practices, my life would have been so different. And you're having grown up, but having had to do them at school and just like, oh, and
yeah,
appreciating them as an adult. Like,
yes, exactly. Because when understanding is not there,
yeah,
probably won't have an effect. And the
yeah,
intention was not there. It might have had an effect at some point, especially when I intentionally did meditation. I started doing very well in studies because the nervous system started to get calm.
yeah,
So, but if especially just like self-care, when you have to do it, it doesn't work.
yeah,
It works with understanding and realization. You
yeah,
know, it doesn't work if you have to do it intentionally having that,
yeah,
the mindful chocolate that we ate,
yeah,
intentionally that I'm doing this to take care of myself.
yeah.
So that intention matters. So with the younger self, I would say just go with the flow. You will be grand.
Wonderful.
You will be grand. Just go with the flow. Keep on doing things and enjoy
Yeah.
whatever time you have. And just
Oh,
put it well.
well, thanks a million. Really appreciate your time. And yeah, just thank you for all you do. And let me know when you have the website and I'll add it like kind of retrospectively to the show notes.
Mhm.
But thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you very much. It was a very interesting.
Before you go, please take a moment to ground the episode by just pausing and scanning your parts, all your parts, from the soles of your feet to your sole. So you may want to keep your eyes open, you may want to close them, but planting your feet firmly on the ground, lengthening through the spine if that feels comfortable for you, letting yourself feel held by the chair or whatever it is you're sitting or lying or standing on, and taking just a moment to scan your whole self, your whole body, your whole energy field, and ask yourself what you're going to do for yourself right now. It might be as a result of listening to the episode, it might be something else, it might be a nap, it might be something to eat, it might be some kind of movement, but let yourself ground, let yourself get into the habit of connecting with your inner wisdom and notice what you need and give yourself what you need. Thanks for listening to this episode. If you haven't already and would like to, please like, subscribe, comment, engage across the platforms wherever you may be accessing this. And you can also email me, eve@soulstosoul.ie. Thank you for listening. I look forward to sharing more next week.